Hey everybody, welcome to another Gears 5 video. As you can tell, I'm actually doing some voiceover this time, and that's going to be a thing going forward. Not just straight audio clips from the gameplay. And that's not just Gears, it includes Hunt Showdown, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy 14, and all the others. And a quick shout out to everybody who supported me so far. I love you guys. I will continue to bring you content, I promise. I'm getting my streaming schedule together. I'm getting my video editing schedule together, my upload schedule, recording schedule, all of it. And I'm going to try and make this year way more consistent and way better. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now for this first video, we're going to go over beta tuning and what would probably be best adjustment wise, and we're going to talk about rank and how to kind of make that a little bit better for everybody. Alright, first up is beta tuning and what's different compared to the old tuning from, like, I think that went out on the 12th, so it's recent. At the start of Operation 5, we brought back the developers playlist, which consisted of a list of changes we wanted to test out into Versus. With this tuning, we wanted a more tactical Gears experience, where every action should have consequences with a certain level of risk. Alright, so what are they trying to create? Gears 2? Gears 3? I think what they wanted to do was pull back on the whole run, gun, constantly up A, spray and pray, run and gun type gameplay that Gears 5 had kind of started going way too much into. And it didn't have, you know, your classic Nasher battles and all that. So I'm guessing that's what they were going for. So let's see what got changed. A slight delay has been added to firing after canceling a slide. Basically your airback A or brake shot, or slipping to the side and then stopping and immediately shooting. So 0 to 0.15 doesn't sound like a lot, but it turns out it is. And personally, I feel like they could probably break that down to 0.10, and it should be a nice medium ground for a lot of people. Increase the delay from firing when aiming out of cover from 0.1 to 0.2. That basically you're over the cover shotgun fights. That does not seem like a lot, but for some reason it has a big impact. I think that needs to go back to about 0.1. I think that needs to be reverted, personally. Weapon swap speed has been changed. These don't matter as much. Like the primaries from 07 to 09. Pistol swap speed has been increased from 0.5 to 0.65. Not really noticeable. Unless, again, you're in a clutch. Grenade swap speed is increased. That does kind of feel pretty noticeable. Base player acceleration speed has been reduced by 17%. Also noticeable. A cover slip up a modifier. Well, a cover slip up a modifier speed has been decreased. Not by a whole lot. My up A's feel the same, dude. I'm not gonna lie. My timing them is a little bit different. The ready run speed has been reverted from 500 back to 480. Again, the speed is noticeable when you first start playing the new tuning, but once you get used to it, you don't notice. The speed boost gained by performing cover actions has been removed, so no more running away or using up A's. Running when performing a cover slip will no longer give players small speed boosts. Yeah, that's what we just kind of talked about. So there's that. Again, small things that just alone nobody would notice or care that much, but they kind of add up, right? But again, I wasn't a big fan of the new tuning, but this match here's played on the new tuning, and I did really good. And I didn't even notice that, I didn't even notice the changes of the new tuning nearly as much as I had been. And it's just because, yeah, my playstyle is pretty fast and hard normally, but this is gonna give me a chance to try more, adding more to my playstyle, like more cover fights with Nashers and stuff. Ooh, nice back A. Now let's get into the next bit. Lancer, the damage per bullet has been reduced from 50 to 45. This means the Lancer will now require 14 body shots to down somebody. Reduce the inaccuracy when firing consecutively, holding down your shoot button or trigger or whatever, while ADS. So let's go over what this means. It should be pretty straightforward, but I'm going to explain a little bit better. Basically, it means you can't laser beam people quite as hard, but you will hit more shots, so it kind of evens itself out a little bit, especially if you're quick tapping instead of just holding down the beam. Which, honestly, you should be doing that anyway. The fire rate for the snub has been reduced from 600 to 480. That basically means when you're laser beaming people with a snub, it's not going to be as effective. Simply because you don't have the same fire rate. But again, that's where the biggest weapon tuning changes are. None for the Nasher. There are some others, but go read the What's Up for yourself. I'm not going to cover them all in this video. Again, the new tuning isn't anything to write home about, but it's not complete ass either. It's okay. Is it better than the old tuning? I think a little things from the old tuning need to come back. For example, shooting through cover is stupid. Get rid of it. Like, for example, that was kind of a broken back A. This is a cover fight. See? The time isn't, unless you're playing at super high speeds, the time isn't going to be that crazy. Most people won't notice. The average gamer will not notice. In fact, I'd venture to say that the average gamer wouldn't notice much of any changes in this tuning. They might feel it and be confused, but they wouldn't actually notice the changes. They would just have a feeling like, oh, that didn't feel quite right, or oh, look, the guy with 3 eliminations is trying to teabag me after I beat the hell out of his teammate. Anyway, if you guys want me to cover the beta tuning or the new tuning in a proper in-depth video, just, where I just go over every little thing and break it all down for you, I don't think a whole lot of people want that. I think they just want the meat and potatoes of it all. So without further ado, I will move on to the next big topic of the video, which is rank. The match cost for rank is a little bit high. I think Masters and Diamond need to come down a tier, where Diamond costs 1500, Masters costs 1700. And the reason for that is because I play solo mostly in like TDM, which is what I'm ranking right now. And I'm Diamond 1 or Diamond 2. And I'm stuck there because I'll have a couple of good rounds and that grind goes so slow where I only get a couple of 100 points at a time. And when I get close, then I'll get a match where somebody quits. Two of my teammates are Onyx 1, and we're fighting a double duo. And their Masters or Diamond, and no matter what I do, I can't carry that. I can try, but I can't do it. And then there's sometimes where I'm bottom on board of my team because I'm just having that bad of a match. And yeah, they're kind of few and far between, whatever, but they do happen. And there have been days, like full-on days, where I can't get a kill. And at that point I should stop playing ranked. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is, if you can lose 1700 points for disconnecting, and this has happened to me. I was Diamond 2. I was staying at my parents for about a week, visiting, and I got DC'd. Don't know why. Middle of like 5 in the morning, internet went out. DC'd. It came back on about a couple minutes later, and I had lost 1700 points. And that kind of like really threw me off. So I was like, okay, now I really gotta grind. And then got in a couple matches, a teammate would leave, or it would just be bad matchmaking. So match costs needs to come down. If you don't feel comfortable with doing that, I would suggest uncapping the way you score points. Like ring captures, don't cap that. Breaks, I don't think anybody's gonna get that many breaks. But again, don't cap it. Eliminations, don't cap it. You give us such a high match cost with no way for personal skill to mitigate that if something goes bad, or to earn a little extra in points for being as good as we are. So that's kind of, to me, that's kind of, it needs fixing. And now comes the final part of the video, the final topic, which is matchmaking. Now, in matchmaking, by default, time, shortest time or whatever, is the default. That needs to be default ping, not time. Because mine's set to ping and I find matches just fine. But I still get matched up with people with high ping. It's ridiculous. And a lot of people don't know to go in there and change that. They really don't. So by default, that needs to be set to ping. And you can turn it to better times if you need to. But matchmaking, ping's terrible. Ping is where you want it set, is what I'm saying. Because if you don't, then I'm getting people with good ping is getting team or against people with bad ping. They're lagging the shots. It's not a fun time. And the final part about matchmaking I'll talk about is, like I said before, double stacks, double duos and stacks, constantly going against a team of 4 randos. I spent the last couple weeks getting that. and it's been really, really bad since the new update. Like every other match is like that. And if I'm lucky, I'll get a duo. But the matchmaking definitely has to be looked at. Like, it's not good as it is right now. So, in closing, the matchmaking needs to be fixed. Point caps either need to be uncapped or point cost or match cost needs to go down. Oh, and shooting through cover is bullshit. Get rid of it. Until next time.